this is just a magical, literally a magical way of doing it. So Google yesterday just might have completely disrupted education as we know it, content development as we know it, and just literally blew the lid off of how we can use generative AI to reimagine content, education, information, and create an almost instantaneous way of delivering information in a just powerful, engaging way. Am I blowing this up too much? Am I being too hype? I don't know. You tell me. So let me show you something. Google just released as part of labs.google, their Google Labs. If you haven't joined Google Labs, you should. By join, sometimes you have to get a wait list. You got to sign up for a wait list. Other things you can try out right now. One of the things, I've talked about this before, is NotebookLM. This is just a way for you basically to create, think of this as little mini document repositories for you that you can then use as part of Gemini 1.5, their LLM. This is not an LM demo, but yesterday or 2 days ago, they released a amazing, it almost seems like a toy. I'm hoping they keep it up. I'm hoping they give us an opportunity to play with this more, because right now it's kind of like an automatic pilot. But basically what this does, it allows you to share content, and it turns it into, let me get mini-me over here. There we go. Into a interactive dialogue. The only way to show this is to demo it. So basically what I've done is here, I've dropped the ABA opinion 512, which is basically talking about generative AI tools as it relates to our model rules of ethics. And this came out in July. I just taught this the other day in my law school class, and I teach this all the time as well. But I just took this plain PDF. This is literally the ABA's PDF. I did nothing else to it. I didn't prompt anything. I put it in, I opened up NotebookLM. I'm able to attach it as a source. It immediately goes through, sorry, I keep doing that, and it summarizes it. It's basically going to take that PDF and create a fictitious podcast with a male and female host talking about it.
Imagine this. You're a lawyer, right? You're facing some crazy deadline for this massive contract. And suddenly, boom, you've got AI that can draft the entire thing, perfectly formatted in minutes. Sounds like every lawsuit in Stream, right?
Definitely a game changer.
But, and this is a big but, what if that AI-grafted contract cites a case
Oh boy.
that doesn't even exist?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Talk about a credibility killer.
That's a fast track to legal malpractice.
Exactly. Your client's case would be down the drain.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of tightrope we're walking with AI in law, which is why we're doing this deep dive into the American Bar Association's Formal Opinion 512. Think of it as the ethical roadmap for lawyers like us who are venturing into the world of AI.
It's definitely a crucial starting point, especially since the landscape is, well, constantly evolving, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so many lawyers I talk to are worried they need to become like coding ninjas overnight to keep up.
Right.
To be honest, my coding skills pretty much start and end.
I'm sorry. That's just remarkable. Now, this is 11 minutes. And typical with LLMs and generative AI, one of my students did the exact same thing. It turned it into a 16-minute podcast. But you can go through and listen to this. I'm going to include a link. Just fascinating. Just this really, to me, is blowing my mind. And you may be like, Josh, what's the big deal? That actually sounded kind of corny. I get it. I'm not judging it on the merits of the humor of the podcasters, whatever. But just think about how it took a bland PDF. No offense against the ABA. Actually, I thought the opinion was written well. And turned it into something so engaging. This should be setting off neurons in your head. You should be getting so amped about the promise of this. Think about how you, in your daily life as a business professional, a legal professional, how much content we have to share, how much context we have to give our peers, our customers, our clients, our bosses. And we do so much of that in our inbox, or we're doing that in Slack or Teams. And I'm not saying we turn everything into a podcast. That's not what I'm saying. But scale this up and scale it down. This is starting to show the power of these tools to help us reimagine how we share information and knowledge and context with each other. Because right now, attention and our willingness to read and understand one another in a business context, I'm not talking about politics and polarization, anything like that, it's all-time limited. We're constantly barraged. So if we can use LLMs and generative AI to break through the blockage of sort of the barriers we put up, this is just a magical, literally a magical way of doing it. So wanted to share this with you. You got to check it out. If you're not part of Labs, go to labs.google, try to get on the wait list. Look for NotebookLM. I don't know how long they're going to have this feature turned on. Hopefully they keep it on and they continue to build on it. That would be amazing. But it could just as easily disappear because of the rate of innovation and development in the space for whatever reason. All right, take care.